Alright, I was pulling a late shift just for y'all. I wanted to show you this. I've got the lids on, and what I did, I think I explained in a prior video, but I just cut the lid out such that I could reuse that piece of plastic as a lid. Now, it's not perfect by any means, but it works. Mostly what I'm looking for is a piece of plastic. It's going to help retain some humidity in the tank, cut down on as much evaporation, and of course also keep the fish from jumping out. So you can see how I did it on this tank here. Right now I've got the strap up there. I don't know if you can see the strap. Yeah, there's the strap. I hooked that in there just for grants, just so I can show my wife. But basically what I'll do is I'll attach a string to that loop on each one, and I run it up here to the ceiling and put a pulley and a hook in or something and string it back down probably to the front of the tank and have it so we can come out here and just pull the rope down and open the lid and dump in some feed real quick or do whatever we got to do. So that one's done. This one, same thing, just opens up real nice. And all I did was on the back, back there, see one hinge there and a hinge over there. So just two hinges. I bought some flat aluminum stock, so if I want to I can put braces along the edge just to help support it. I don't know if over time the plastic might sag a little bit. What's funny is how much it's warped just from being cut out. The same piece doesn't fit back in the same hole by any means. It's kind of weird. It surprised me. But again, good enough for me. My wife will probably complain a little bit at first. That is not all that pretty, but she'll get used to it. Yeah, here's the third tank. Same thing. I just finished this one up. What I did, here's a little tip for you if y'all are doing the same thing. Put wooden jigs, or whatever you want to call them, on all four sides, and you can see how it is here. It's just a piece. Put two screws in on the plastic side, the outside of the tank, right here, and then you have enough little lip of wood stick over so I can set this piece of plastic up there and it'll just hang. On the very first tank over there, I didn't do the very first one. I used the aluminum rods to hold it, and it was a complete pain in the butt. So putting in the wooden jigs, totally worth it. Yeah, you're left with a couple little screw holes, but come on. This lid does not exactly seal tight, so I'm not worried about one more little screw hole. But anyway, lids are on. They open and close real nice. They're not heavy. And I'll get this last tank here slid into place up on the rail where it belongs, and I think I'm ready to start plumbing. So, I say start plumbing, but what I'll need to do is get this tank slid over in place. This will open up this space, and I'll get the stand built up for the 4 blue barrels that will go in, that will act as my sump and filtration system. So I'll have to build this part of the stand. Will actually get raised up a little bit because these tanks are 53 inches high. The blue barrels are only, I believe, 35 inches high, but I want the top of the blue barrel to be level with the top of this plastic tank, or pretty close to it. And that's part of the gravity flow filtration system. I can explain it later, but basically if the pump shuts off, the water all just stops moving. Some systems out there people have shown, they'll have their sump where the pump sits will be like just a little small half tank, or a little 100-gallon water tank or something like that. But the problem is the upper edge of that tank will be down at 20 inches or something like that. And so if your pump shuts off and can't continue to deliver water back to the system will just gravity drain and your sump will start to overflow. So we don't want that to happen. So the sump, what I'm calling the sump, is just going to be a 55-gallon drum with a pump in it. But the whole system will be set up such that from the tank level to where it enters the swirl filter will be, a couple inches of drop or an inch of drop, whatever. You're talking real close around here, so you don't have to have a lot of drop at all. Maybe an inch of drop, another half an inch to an inch of drop into the biofilter, another inch of drop into the sump. So, real simple. Obviously, you want minimum drop from stage to stage to stage, whatever's possible to get you a decent flow. Anyway, that wasn't the point of the video, but I hope y'all heard it and listened to it. It makes sense. Lids. We got some lids on. That makes me happy. One step closer.